Welcome to Beginner's Guide. In today's tutorial, we are going to design this beautiful registration form using HTML and CSS. And then as you can see them here, there is a beautiful background image, and then here there is a heading called registration form. Within this registration form, and it has got 4 fields, one for the username, another one for the email address, another 2 for the password fields, and together with a button down there. So how are we going to create this one? Let us see step by step. And then if you can notice one thing, there is an icon for all these fields. Username field has got an icon, email, password, and then re-enter the password field also has got an icon. So let's get started. Now this is my code editor. The name of the code editor is Visual Studio Code. In case if you don't know how to use this Visual Studio Code, or in case if you don't know where to download these things from, don't worry, I have got the tutorial for the same. You will find the link in the description as well. Now let's get started. Now I'm going to create a folder for me to create this project. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click File, then Open Folder. These are all the different folders that I have in my desktop. Here I have already created a folder name called Form. Click there, then select Folder. As you can see them here, let me close this welcome page. As you can see them here, there is a form folder. Inside the form folder, I have got only one file, which is nothing but there is a JPEG, an image, the same image that I am going to use as a background. So that is the only thing that I have as for now. So let me create the file. So in order to create the file, click there. I'm going to create the HTML file. Let me name as index.html. Then click enter. As you can see them here, this index.html file is been created. Then I'm going to create another file for the styling, which is nothing but style.css. So this is my style.css, this is my index.html. So let me open my index.html. Let me create the basic structure of the HTML. Here in the title, I'm going to write as registration form. Now I'm going to link the CSS file. In order to do that, link, then find the CSS. Now this is a way that you can include the CSS document into your HTML. So the next step is I'm going to design these things, isn't it? So this registration form has got 4 input fields together with a button, and there is a heading here. So let me open the form tag. Within this form tag, what I'm going to do, there is a heading here. What is the name of the heading? Let's say H2. The name of the heading is registration form. Okay, then from there I have got 4 input fields followed by the button. But these input fields are coming together with the icon, isn't it? So now I need to use this icon with the help of Font Awesome website. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going my Google, I'm going to type Font Awesome, then go to the first link. Here I already have an account. In case if you don't know, if you watch my tutorial video, you can able to understand how to create an account and how to reach this level. You can find the link in the description for the same. Now go here, this is my account. As you can see them here, Font Awesome CDN. I'm clicking there. Now from here, when you scroll down, this is a link, this is a CDN. So let me copy this one and then paste them here after the style sheet. Okay, then from here, what I'm going to do, here I'm going to create the div tag. Within this div tag, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this input box together with this icon. So this is a user icon, isn't it? So in order to do that, I'm going to open the Font Awesome website again. What I'm going to do here, let me go to the search icon, type user. As you can see them here, there is a lot of icons for the user, but you're not allowed to use everything. So make sure to click the free so that you will be listed out with the free icons. So let me say I want to use this one. So click this one. As you can see them here, this is a code for me to use this icon into my HTML document. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click here, copy HTML. Let me open my text editor now. Now paste them here. So now after the icon, there is an input box, isn't it? So in order to do that, I'm going to create input type is a text box, and then as you can see them here, there is a username inside. So in order to bring that one, we are going to use the property of placeholder. Then I'm going to type whatever the thing that I want them to be displayed. So username according to this design, isn't it? So that's all. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy these things and then paste them again here. 1 2 3 4. So let me paste them 4 times. So this one is the first one is an user. So what is the second one? This one is a type of envelope, isn't it? So instead of user, you just change this one as an envelope, so that we are going to get the envelope. Or you can just go to the Font Awesome website, type there in the search box, in the icons, maybe here, just type, as you can see them here, type them here, envelope, then hit enter. As you can see them here, there is an envelope. Click the one. As you can see them here, just copy and paste. It's almost the same, isn't it? So FAS, FA, user. Instead of user, you're just going to use envelope, so that we are going to get this envelope icon. Then what is the next one? Next one is a key, isn't it? So here I'm going to say key. That icon is a key. Even the last one is also a key. In the second one, the placeholder is an email. So instead of username, I'm going to say this one as an email. The next one is a password field. So make sure that the input type is supposed to be password. Then the placeholder here, this one is also a password field. This one is a re-enter the password, isn't it? So this is a re-enter the password. So re-enter the password. Okay, cool. Then what is there? Now we have managed to create these 4 fields. Then followed by, we need to create the button. So how to create the button? In order to create the button, I'm going to say here, button type is a submit button. This button type is submit, just because I'm going to enter the details here. Then after entering the details, I'm going to submit. So the button type is going to be submit. Then the value of the button is register, isn't it? So it says there is a register. So let me say, I'm sure that we have done with the basic design of this one. So let me save and try to run, so that we can see the result, how it looks. We have got registration form as a heading. Then we have got username field, email field, password field, and re-enter field together with the register. Almost we have got all the components of this design, isn't it? So what is remaining is to style this one nicely. If you can notice these things, there is an error here. There is a greater than symbols here. So let me remove that one. To come here, even in the username field. So just save. Then let me refresh now. Okay, fine. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the styles, so that this thing can be look nice, exactly like the way that you can see them here. So what I'm going to do here in my coding part, let me create the class. So I'm going to create the class here, maybe the whole form. Class maybe is equals to maybe form class. Okay, here in the div section, I'm going to say input container. Maybe this is an input container, isn't it? So let me say input container. So let me copy and paste this one to all these div. And then let me create the class for the button. Maybe let's say the class is equals to maybe btn. This is the name of the class. Now let me start styling, so that our registration form is going to look like this one. As you can see them here, what you can see them here, that is a beautiful background, isn't it? So in order to apply that background, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select the body tag. Within the body tag, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the background. Here I'm going to use the property called URL. I'm going to select the file, the image that I have. The name of the file here is, what is the name of the file? Final.jpg. Okay, now save, then refresh this page. Now the background image has been applied to my form, but as you can see, the way the background image is been applied is different from the way that you can see them here, but they are just the same image. So in order to fix that thing, so I'm going to apply another property name called background size. I'm going to set them to cover. Now let me save and refresh. As you can see them here, now both of these background image, they look same, right? So now we fix the problem of the background image. Now what is the next things? We need to style these things, like we need to style this part, and then these things needs to be aligned in the center of this background, isn't it? So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab this body with a class name. So this form tag with a class name called form class, I'm going to grab this one. Maybe let me just put maybe these things in between. So I'm going to grab this class name. So meaning this form tag starts from here and then it's ending here. So every time when I grab the class name of the form, this style, whatever the style that I'm going to apply for this class, is going to be applied for the headings and all this input together with the button. So just wait. So the name of the class is form class, yet is a class, so I have to put dot in front in order to style the class. And I'm going to open. So now I want these things to be displayed in the center of my page. So in order to do that, I'm going to set the position to absolute. Then I'm going to set the top is equal to 50%, and then from left I want them to be displayed from 50%. Then I'm going to apply the property of transform, and then here I'm going to apply translate negative 50% comma negative 50%. Okay, let me save and run. Let's see what is going to happen. Now as you can see them here, I managed to bring this detail to the center of the page. But looking at this design, it has got the border, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, the next property that I'm going to apply is border. So border property, I'm going to say 1 pixel solid red. So after applying this property, what is going to happen? Let's see. There is a border here, but as you can see them here, this border is looking different from the way that you can see them here. So what I'm going to do, instead of 1 pixel, let me make it to 3 pixel and then refresh. Let me refresh. Okay, this one is almost same like that one, but as you can see them here, these borders, they have got the curve, but what you can see them here is a sharp corners, isn't it? So let me make it curve. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the border radius property to 25 pixel. Let me save, then let me run this one. Okay, now it's curved, but the inside the border, whatever the thing that you can see them is, it's not looking nice, right? So in order to make it nice, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the padding of 40 pixel. Let us see what is going to happen. Okay, after applying the padding, it looks somehow reasonable, but not exactly like the way that you can see them in the original design. Don't worry, we are still there. Then again, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to apply the background color. The background color is, I'm going to apply RGBA 0.5. So this one is going to give us the transparent background. When you say red, the background is going to be red in color. So here I'm going to, for example, let me just cut this one. Let me say red. So when I say red, what is going to happen? Let me refresh this one so that you will see the difference. The background is red in color, right? According to this original design, I don't want them to be displayed like the red color or whatever the color. I want them to be a transparent so that I can able to see the background. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the property of RGBA and then 255, 255, 255. This is for the red, green, blue. This is alpha value. When I put 0.5, now I'm gonna get the transparent background. As you can see them here, I can able to see the background image. So if you want them to be more transparent like this, so what you can do, you can just reduce this value here. Instead of 0.5, make it 0.1 in order to get more transparent back. Now the background color is more transparent as the original design. Now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to select these input containers. That is, this one is an input, this one is an input, this one is an input, this one is an input. So I'm going to select those input containers. Let's say I'm going to select the class. This is an input container. Let me select the input container, put dot, then paste. Now select, I'm going to use the property of display flex. Now I'm going to say, but these things, there is no gap between this input field and this other input field, right? In order to bring the space between two input fields, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say margin bottom property. I'm going to set the margin bottom as maybe 15 pixel. So now refresh. Now as you can see them here, there is a space between these input box. But if you notice one thing, this register button is still there. We need to bring them down here according to this original design. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this but now I'm going to the original document. I'm going to grab this class name called button. Okay, let me copy, let me put dot, then paste. Here I'm going to apply the button properties. Maybe background color is going to be maybe green, isn't it? So the background color is green according to this original design. Let me remove this one. According to the original design, the background color is green. Then the color of the text is white, isn't it? So I'm going to apply color. It's going to be white. Okay, let me refresh and see. The background color is green and the text color is white, but this green is not actually the one that we want. So let me apply RGB. So when I refresh this one, okay, at least the color, the background color is same like this one, right? Then the next property that I am going to apply is font weight. Let me say font weight, maybe bold, so that this font will be bold. Let me refresh. As you can see them here, the font is bold. Now the next thing that I'm going to apply some padding. The padding may be 15 pixel. Let me refresh. Okay, better. Then I'm going to set the width to 100%. Then there is a border here, so I'm going to remove those border by setting the property of border none. Then I'm going to just, as you can see, this design, this border is the edges, they are not sharp. So I'm just going to apply some border radius property. I'm going to apply some border radius property in order to get that curved type of border. So I'm going to say border radius is 10 pixel. Let me save. Then refresh. Okay, the border is been changed to the curve size. This icons is not connected to this username field, right? But as you can see them here, these icons and username, they are in the same thing. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the class name of the icon. Class name of the icon is fast. So let me get this one and let me style that one now. So after the button, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the next one is dot fast. Then here what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply padding of maybe 10 pixel, maybe background. The background is blue, isn't it? So dog blue. Then what is there? The images are in center, isn't it? So I need to be text align should be center. Then what else is there? Text align is center. The color of this icon are white, isn't it? So color is white. This is a total width. The total width starts from here up to here. Let's consider this is 100% width. So among this 100% width, this one occupies maybe just 15% of width of this entire input box, isn't it? So here I'm going to say maybe width is 15% of the total width. So let me save and run this one and we'll see. As you can see them here, we are almost there. Like this design, we just need to do one or two things in order to get this perfect design. As you can notice, we are almost there, isn't it? So seems like this 15 is just too much, right? So let me just make it 10%. It somehow it looks reasonable, right? The next thing that I'm going to do, okay, this is a design that we have managed to get according to the styles that we have applied. But if you can see the original design, it looks somehow nice, not like the way it is. So what I'm going to do, in my index.html, I'm going to apply the class property for this input. So what I'm going to do, all this, not this one is for the div class, isn't it? So here I'm going to say input class, maybe I'm going to say input field. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply some styles for the input field, all this input, so let me style this input field. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one dot, let me style this one, maybe let me apply padding, maybe 10 pixel, then let me apply the outline property to none. Let me save, then refresh. Now as you can see them here, this register button is supposed to be in the next line according to the original design, isn't it? So what is the mistake that I have done? So let me check my HTML document so that I can find out the error. So I managed to find the error. As you can see them here, this div tag is supposed to be end before I create this button, because this div tag is for this input field. So after this input field, this is a div container, the button is going to be there in the next line. So you have to create the button in the next line. Now let me go and refresh, then we'll see what is going to happen. As you can see them here, the button has come to the next line with 100% width, and there is a border here which is this curved type of radius. As you can see them here, both they're exactly same. Now we have managed to design the registration form exactly like the original. Now in this registration form, we can do another thing in order to improve the efficiency. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my HTML doc. Here I'm going to include the property name called in the input field. After the placeholder, I'm going to include the property name called required everywhere. Even in the email field, I'm going to include the required. In the password field also, I'm going to include this required. Again, the re-enter field, I'm going to include. So now save, then run. Okay, there is no changes here. So what is the benefit of including that required property in your HTML document? In case if you don't enter the details, for example, there is no username, there is no email, there is no password, no re-enter the password. When you click register, it's going to give you that alert message to say please fill out this field. Okay, let me view. These fields, they are not filled, isn't it? So when I click, it's going to show me fill this field. If I leave this one, click, fill out this field. If you leave this field, click, it's going to give me this alert message to say fill out this field. This is about the class, guys. I hope you liked it. For more tutorial videos, don't forget to subscribe the Beginner's Guide.